Guess what I just asked you? First time I've really seen you without pads. How much weight have you lost, and kind of what was the impetus behind it?
Right now, I probably lost about 15 real pounds, about 20 pounds. But really, it was just like little small tweaks in my diet, just a little bit extra every day, just so I can play more plays at a higher level for a longer period of time. And that's something that me and Coach Swinney have really put on my back and challenged me to do, is how many plays, what I'm saying, you putting good stuff on film, but how many plays can you play at a high level? And I felt like probably getting a little smaller was probably something I needed to do.
What do you feel like you topped out at weight-wise last year?
I played the season at like 320. Me personally, I think that was too heavy. I think towards the end of the season, after I got back from injury, I seen like 330 something, and that just definitely wasn't where I was supposed to be at all, anywhere playing football for anybody. So we cut that down pretty quick.
Do you feel like that quickness and that agility's back?
100%, yeah.
Was it just a combination of all the injuries, all the time you're not able to practice and all that? Like, is that why you think you got to the point it got to?
Yeah, it'd be crazy if I didn't say that had something to do with it. I mean, obviously, I can't just tell you everything that had to play a part in it, but I think just not doing stuff and, just kind of feeling sorry for myself about being injured and not being able to play. It's a lot of stuff that factored into it, but, fact of the matter is that we're working to get that off now, so.
What was in the whole about tweaks in your diet? Like, what is it actually?
It's just like simple stuff. I mean, even stuff that y'all can use, like don't eat dinner after a certain time. Like late night eats sit on you. You wake up in the morning and still on you because your body hasn't digested it. Like little stuff like that. I promise you it wasn't anything super crazy, but that's just an example.
You look at someone like Heldt, what has he brought to this defensive line as you got to work with him this spring?
Yeah, I'm super excited about Will, bro. He brings just even off the field, he brings a lot of fire, a lot of leadership, another leadership component to this defense full of leaders. I really appreciate the way that he's coming here, and he's already like a brother to me, and I'm just super excited to get to play with him, and I'm excited for y'all to be able to see the stuff that I've been seeing and things that he flashes.
Talk about that fire. Just what was it, maybe an example of where you're like, okay, this guy certainly brings the juice on the practice field?
Yeah, even off the practice field, I can remember like the first time I did a mat drill with him. And I think it was probably maybe I was probably getting in a freshman or something like that. And here he comes right beside me, got first day on campus, and he yelling right beside me, just setting the tone. But it's not even the verbal piece. It's the fact that day in and day out, practice, mat drills, workouts, he's always actively being an example.
How is it with Coach Allen? What's different? What do you like? Those kind of things.
Man, I love Coach Allen. I tell everybody who asks me, I run through a wall for that man. He just brings so much energy to the defense, beyond scheme and stuff. I don't even want to get on into all that, but just the person that he is. He's a challenger. He's a guy that's going to make you uncomfortable in every situation. When you think that you're the best that you can be, he's going to prove to you that you have so much better to get. And I think that's something that I can appreciate and where I am in my career.
I think Coach Allen was talking about one of the things, like when you watched film last year, you actually watched practice film, and you didn't always see the effort and finish. Is that one of those things that you guys maybe just didn't know you didn't have that next level like you're talking about, maybe a little bit more?
I don't think it was that. I will tell you now that we are held accountable, like to a high degree of how much effort we give every practice by Los. Little things like tackling, hand placement, everything. We're held accountable for everything, and that's just something that we've prided ourselves on as a program. It's just the accountability piece. I'm sure you've heard about the accountability teams and stuff 50,000 times, but that's kind of something that he's brought and made a heavy purpose on the defensive side of the ball.
How much you guys run defensive problems kind of motivated you guys this spring and entering this 2025 season?
A lot. But my main focus now is just getting better and getting this new defense, getting this new install, and just trusting the plan and trusting the technique that my coaches is teaching me. But obviously you don't want to forget the past, but you also don't want to dwell on it too much, and that's kind of where we are with that. Just remembering where we messed up and using that as fuel to fix it. But that's about it.
You talk about you want to grow as a player. You played at defensive end or something last season, I guess. Were you looking back? Were you kind of comfortable playing there, or do you prefer playing at DT?
Obviously, I'm a defensive tackle. That's probably how everybody views me, but I feel like I'm versatile enough to play anywhere on the defensive line, and I feel like I've always been that way. So.
Coach Allen was talking about your fit in this defense. Like, what about his defense do you think helps you, the athlete you are, kind of accentuate what you have?
Just the fact that, it allows me to be able to do what I'm great at, which is, which is moving around, being able to, play in space, isolate guys who I feel like probably aren't as athletic as me, and just get some of those one-on-one opportunities that this defense might create for me, and are things that, are going to be great for me this year.
Jeremiah Alexander, he said when he was a reporter, you FaceTime called him. Why was that so important for you to just recruit him to come to Clemson and eventually join him?
Yeah, man. Me and Jeremiah, we go way back, all the way back past high school, and so I really thought he should have came here out of high school. That's just my personal opinion, and so. I mean, I knew exactly what type of guy he was, what type of player he was, and just being here for a couple years already, I just didn't think it was any better fit for us and for him to attain a player like that, but also him being able to fit into this culture. It was a no-brainer for me, and so that was a quick call.
How does it fit in on and off the field?
I would say perfectly. I mean, much like the Will situation, I feel like we hit the jackpot on those two defensive transfers that we brought in, and man, they just gelled so good, just from a leadership aspect, and just being able to just gel with the players, team chemistry, everything is like they've been here for 3 or 4 years.
Jeremiah was saying that like during the get ready phase, you guys were getting up at like 4:30 in the morning against TJ and him. Like, why that early?
Here before everybody else.
I guess what would you actually be able to get done?
Just extra work. Maybe we're doing some extra sprinting, or most of it is like mobility and cardio stuff to get ready, get our blood, our heart rate up previous to whatever workout we're doing that day. But really, it's just just to get there and set the tone and just be early. If you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time. That's what I always learned from Coach Eason. So I just took it to the extreme, and now we got 5:30, 6:30 workouts. I'm here at 4:30. So that's just kind of how we're wired, and that's just kind of how we're going about business this year.
Going back to Coach Allen, he said when he arrived that he wanted to talk to you guys, and he wanted to talk to you just one-on-one, figure out what makes you tick away from football, because he can't coach you unless he understands you. What were those conversations like? And, what's going through your head when you're having some of those first talks with him?
Yeah, obviously, he's a big man of faith. I talked a lot about my relationship with God, and just kind of shared that with him, and we had that in common. And we kind of just hit it off from there and started talking about my family and stuff like that, and just ways that I can help this team in a leadership role, and things that you guys probably already know. But he's just a real clean cut guy, straight to the point, and you can respect that from a guy that you're kind of, in essence, he's my coach, but you're kind of doing business with him. You're hoping that he's going to get his job done to put you in a great position. He's hoping that I'm going to get my job done to put him in a great position. And so, just that feeding off each other and that understanding that we have from like a player-coach relationship. I just really appreciate Coach Allen just for keeping that transparent.
So you already had an idea about him, an expectation of him. What was it like when you got out to practice and he's out there, tackling Corey and Gibson and, showing that energy and intensity?
I mean, you said it, energy, for real. Like, nothing, energy and effort and all those different components and stuff that make you great players and coaches are contagious. So maybe I'm coming out there and I'm not having the day that I want to pre-practice, and I see him headbutting Wade Wood-ass pre-practice when we stretching. Like, I'm immediately going to wake up and be like, okay, let's go. Like, we got work to do. Like, it's time to go. Coach Allen got the energy, and I need to, for me. So he's just been a great leader for us, and just very easy to follow, and, very good footsteps to follow in my leadership journey.
What he said, too, is he paces a lot. Like, you just noticed he's, like, always, I guess, wound out.
I don't know what he be thinking about. Maybe, I don't know. He do be pacing, though. He do.
I guess just, do you feel like this is kind of almost your defense now? I mean, like, you have to assume more of like a leadership role, and how do you see yourself as kind of on that part of that?
I feel like there's a lot of guys that you could probably pin your defense on, and I think that's a great problem to have. I mean, you named a couple just as we've been sitting in here, and so yes, but no. You know, it's we talk a lot about the concept. We really just started talking about this today about the concept of being an edger and just being a guy who holds your teammates accountable. And I think the best leadership player-led teams are the ones who everybody is able to be held accountable. So even as a leader, if I'm slacking, like, I think one thing that we have is a great relationship where if somebody, a first-year guy tells me something that I know and convicted about that I know I should be doing better, I know, okay, like, I got to get on my stuff, Peter, let's go. And that's kind of like what leadership looks like from the aspect of that I think we're talking about.
So you said the word was
Edger, being an edger, just holding each other accountable to the standard. That's
You mentioned maybe some young guys, how do guys like Amari Adams kind of fit in with Clemson in this season?
Yeah, I'm super excited about Amare, man. He's got all the. I mean, you see him. He probably the first guy off the bus. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably walk out behind him. You know what I'm saying? On game day, but man, he's just got all the physical and tangible things. You know, strong hands. He can move for as big as he is. You know what I'm saying? Everything that. You know what I'm saying? The physical stature, everything that you want in a NFL D tackle, really, when you look at him. But obviously he's young. He got a lot of work to do. But man, I'm super excited about him and everything that he can do, and he can really help us.
How you kind of Deonte kind of took him under you guys' wing so far this year?
Yeah, I mean, a guy like that has made it super easy. It's less of a conversation and more of a just. Like, I do this, and if I look back over my right shoulder, I promise you, he's right there, and he's one of those guys that I don't really even have to worry about. I know that he's, you know, gonna follow suit and uphold the standard each and every day. So he's been great at that.
A couple more. Peter, go ahead.
There were rumors in the offseason about like people going around Alabama and stuff like that, and obviously like you came back. Was there ever any thought of leaving, or were you always kind of committed that you wanted to be here going back?
Nah, they was just rumors. Yeah, I was right after the last season, I was trying to figure out how I could get better for this season and help us get to a national championship. And I do believe that is attainable this year. And so my thoughts have not gone off this team or anywhere else where Alabama. You know, rumors are rumors. People just doing their job, but I'm doing mine as well. So.
Yeah, you coming back, Cade returning, Blake Miller, Tony Miller, guys like that, I guess. You mentioned national championships, but is that the standard around, is that the feeling around the team right now, this spring that you guys can win a national championship?
I mean, yeah, 100%. I mean, if that's not the feeling on your team, I mean, what are you in it for? You know what I'm saying? I would hope that's the feeling on every team, but 100% here.
Any final questions for Peter? All right.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Thank you.